We begin, though, with that surprise twist in the Dalia Dippolito murder for hire retrial. Just hours into deliberations, jurors told the judge they are deadlocked. He sent them back in to try again. ABC's Ryan Smith here with the details. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning, George. 5 years ago, Dalia Dippolito was convicted of murder in just 3 hours. That conviction overturned. Now in a retrial after 6 hours of deliberating and viewing more than an hour of recordings of her alleged murder for hire plot, this Florida jury says they can't reach a unanimous verdict.
This morning, a jury will attempt for a second time to determine the fate of Dalia Dippolito.
We have the following note from the jury. We, the jury, feel that we cannot reach a unanimous decision.
The judge sending them home overnight, asking them to try again today.
I see you back here tomorrow at 9:30.
During closing arguments Monday, Dippolito's lawyers revealing she has a child at home, becoming a mother while on house arrest since her first conviction was thrown out in 2011.
Give her that freedom back to go home to her family and her infant son.
The jury then asking to re-watch and re-listen to all audio and video recordings of the 34-year-old Dippolito, who is accused of hiring an undercover officer posing as a hitman to kill her newlywed husband of 6 months.
Is your husband Michael? Okay, I'm sorry to tell you, man, he's been killed.
That video, the center of this case, made by the Boynton Beach Police Department. The defense claiming they staged it, arguing that officers set up Dippolito to impress the crew of the TV show Cops. The police department denying those claims.
This case is 100% on the egregious misconduct of the Boynton Beach Police Department.
Dippolito pleading not guilty, telling our Amy Robach last December she knew it was all a show for the cameras.
The tape was a show, it was a tape. That was the purpose of it.
You were acting in those tapes?
Yes.
But prosecutors say the video speaks for itself, proving Dippolito's guilt.
Already, I'm positive, like 5,000% sure.
Read her body language on that video. There's not an ounce of hesitation. She's confident. He says, I'll put 2 shots to the head. She's fine with that. He told you she didn't even flinch.
Now, if the jury can't reach a verdict today, the judge is expected to give an Allen charge, essentially asking them to try one last time. Now, if there still isn't a verdict, he could be forced to rule for a mistrial, which could mean a third trial for Dippolito, possibly. Now, if convicted, she faces up to 20 years in prison, George.
Okay, Ryan, thanks very much. Dan Abrams right here to talk about this as well. It only takes one.
Wait, what? The Dalia Dippolito jury is divided? I mean, this is a case where in the first trial, they came back in 3 hours. This was one of the most absurd defenses we had ever heard in the first case. Remember, the first case, in Amy's interview, she said it again, oh, I was just on a reality show. I was just acting. I didn't mean any of it. Well, now she's actually come up with a slightly more plausible defense, which is, oh, the police just wanted to impress the show Cops, etc. She's on tape talking about killing her, and there's no ambiguity. There's no sort of maybe, if. She restates it again. She says she's sure that's exactly what she wants.
But the jury says they want to see these undercover police recordings again. Does that suggest that maybe there was something going on there more than we saw?
Well, look, I think what it means is apparently this jury's divided in some way. That could mean it's one person. It could mean it's more than one person. But they're probably starting from scratch. They're probably starting from the point, because this was a really quick case. The prosecution's case was those tapes. That was it. There were a couple of witnesses, and that was it. So I would think what they're doing is saying, all right, let's just calm down for a minute. Let's try and start this again. Let's go through these tapes. Let's review it. And now that tape you see, which wasn't initially going to come in, of her sort of faking this reaction to finding out that her husband is dead, could become critical. I mean, it wasn't going to come in. The defense brought it up on cross-examination. Boy, wouldn't that be interesting if that became a critical factor. But this is stunning. Let's be clear. It is stunning that this jury is divided.
It's divided. Based on what you're saying, prosecutors will go back again?
Oh, yeah. There'll be a third trial. Because remember, the first one, the only reason she got a new trial was because of an allegation of something that happened in jury selection. She was convicted. They will try her again if there's a hung jury here.
Okay, Dan Abrams, thanks very much.
All right, it is certainly not over. Thank you.